What was that? That really strange noise from
I hope that
Johnny
noise
Blanc.
didn't get... Thanks for joining us.
Running around trying to get things done. Everything's everywhere, but then at the same time, I just feel like January needs to end.
Yeah, I saw the other day that it was exactly a month since Christmas, yet it still feels like we're on January the 74th or something.
It does, doesn't it? I know, and then February's going to go super quick probably, but that's how it goes.
Anyway, how's everyone doing? Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you for joining.
Where are you all joining from? We are obviously here in London, UK.
The Philippines.
Philippines, great, welcome. Anyone joining from Spain or Romania? Now, we only ask because we have a couple of the team here in the office. We have one person from Spain, from Malaga, and we have someone from Romania as well. And I can't remember the name of the player. Romnica Volcha is where Lara is from. Did I pronounce that right?
We've got Aberdeen.
So Aberdeen.
Croatia.
I've been to Aberdeen.
Northern Ireland.
I had a wild couple of nights in
the
Aberdeen.
North. I see loads of people from the North.
Tunisia,
Yay.
US, London, baby, Nepal, sunny Cornwall. I spent New Year in Cornwall. It was great.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, some friends and I got a house, and we had a very nice time.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, I won't give any further details on that. Sunny Bucks. That's where my sister lives.
Kenya?
Romania. Yes.
New York, where I'd much rather be right now.
UAE, Alabama. Good day to you. Germany, Michigan, Canada. This is brilliant. Australia, Dubai. We are truly global.
Yeah, we
Lincolnshire as well.
Dublin, baby.
Dublin. Romford, just down the road. I hope you didn't see my Barry from Barking disclaimer the other day. I think that will have offended everyone.
I was worried about that. But I feel like the fans, they know you.
Afghanistan, they know me. Amsterdam, all the A's. Brilliant. Israel, Lebanon, Isleworth, South Africa. Wow, this is great. Thanks everyone for joining.
Yeah, thank you. Portugal, it's a sign.
We've been talking about Portugal a lot.
Yeah,
in Coimbra HQ.
I've got something in my head, and it's
Macy wants to move to Portugal.
Basically. Yeah. So, any suggestions, guys? Feel free to.
Where's nice in Portugal?
To pop them in the comments.
Everywhere's nice in Portugal, isn't it? Lisbon was great when I was there.
Madeira.
A long time ago now. Ooh, Madeira, yeah.
Although we would be very secluded, probably very bad internet.
No, we'd have better internet than we do here. Our internet here in central London is terrible.
Yeah.
You would not believe. Anyhow, should we talk about crypto?
Yes, anyway, I was just going to say, let's...
Moaning about being in London and with crap internet.
Okay.
Let's talk about crypto. It's been another tough week, hasn't it? When we did this last week, I was hoping that the follow-up, this episode, if you like, would be a lot more optimistic and we'd all be like, yeah, the markets are back up, that was great. But obviously it's not the case. And at the moment, let's just have a look. Bitcoin's sort of hovering between 36 and 37.
Oh God.
God. We did see a sort of couple of small bounces during the week, but nothing that really lasted, which is a shame. But let's have a look at the reasons for this. Obviously, if you take a look over at the stock markets, you'll see that they are dumping too. Not quite as hard because that's the way it goes. Unfortunately, crypto is much more volatile than stocks. But we have seen, the S&P is down around 10%, which is quite a hit for stocks. And again, it's those technology stocks that have taken a real beating as well. So that's kind of very much correlated with crypto at the moment. And basically, it's all coming down to the Federal Reserve. Everyone is watching what the Fed is going to do. It looks like we're going to get possibly 4 rate hikes this year, which obviously has got investors spooked. It means that they're going to move out of risky assets like stocks and crypto. Again, a bit like last week, there's nothing really very crypto specific that I can see that is causing these prices to stay suppressed. The only kind of crypto-specific thing that I did pick up on yesterday, we had the SEC. The SEC.
Those three
favorite people.
Those three.
The SEC basically yesterday they rejected Fidelity's spot Bitcoin ETF application. Now I was kind of digging around and trying to find out why, but I think it was just the kind of usual boilerplate disclaimer. talking about potential fraud in the spot market, blah blah blah, which is just rubbish, really. And
that's such a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. But there are still a couple of spot ETF applications pending. So I mean, yeah, it's anyone's guess as to what. It's not looking too great for those at the moment, but they haven't been ruled out just yet. So that's the only kind of crypto-specific thing that I can really see that may be holding prices down.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's, like I say, it's really global macro at the moment, and certainly over here in the UK, in the past 24 hours, there have been a lot of headlines about a war in Ukraine. That doesn't seem to have gone away either. It doesn't look like everyone's kind of playing hardball, doesn't it?
I mean, like you said as well, I just feel like the stocks are down. Crypto is always, like you said, more volatile. So
yeah,
it's not nice to see, but this stuff does happen. So it's just, just don't panic. Like we always say, don't panic. This stuff happens when the stocks are down. It really, really hits the crypto markets. So, and as well, like the way the world is, we've had the last couple of years have been crazy for everyone globally.
Yeah.
And I think with everything, the governments have been basically handing out money because of furloughs.
So much stimulus.
Yeah, so inflation's rising because they're trying to recoup that money. So, this is kind of expected. It's not, obviously we don't want to see this kind of thing. It's not nice to go and look into your wallet and see funds are down, but it's expected with the state of the world right now. So
yeah.
I think.
Can I just dive in? Sorry, Macy.
Yeah.
Can I just dive in at this point? Someone just put a question up in the comments. Shall I have a bath with the toaster on or not? Absolutely not.
No, because you'll regret it when everything goes back up.
Yes.
When everything's settled and the world's back to being normal.
Leave the toaster in the kitchen.
And make some toast.
Make some toast. Maybe if you want to eat the toast in the bath, that would be cool. I've eaten toast in the bath
I've
before.
never done that.
No?
I've never eaten in the bath.
You are missing out.
No.
You are missing out. I tell you what, get a bit of toast, jump in that bath and eat it. But do not bring the toaster and the bath together.
I've now got so many questions.
Don't worry. It was a long time ago. I haven't eaten toast in the bath for a long time. Let's move on.
Yes.
No. Things are not that bad. I know taking a look at the markets right now is not good. And this leads me on to something that I wanted to say. I touched on this last week, but guys, if the crypto markets are getting you down, if your portfolio is looking like a dog's breakfast at the moment, then do you know what? Forget about it.
Yeah,
Close your laptop and go out and enjoy your weekend, because, in case you hadn't noticed, it is Friday.
It's Friday, as I would say.
Friday, as we say here, as Macy says here in the office. So yeah, look, there's nothing any of us can do about the current state of the market. It is what it is. So
that's what I've done. I'm always tempted to look, but then we know that nothing's changing right now. So like I said, you've just got to huddle on, as we say, stay calm. We know that this has happened in the past and it'll probably happen again. So you just got to be calm, switch your phone off, switch your laptop off, and don't look at anything. Just huddle and be patient, and everything.
Week, I'm kind of just waiting to see what happens. I haven't got any plans to buy anything in the next few days or so. I'm just going to sit it out. I'm going to sit tight and not worry and see which way this is going. I have mentioned in some of my portfolio updates in my weekly newsletter that I'm holding a lot of cash in things like in stablecoins. So in UST, which is obviously issued by Terra, which I'm doing an update on very soon. So do keep a lookout for that. There's been a little bit of concern around UST recently. So I think it's a good idea, if you are holding stablecoins, try and keep them a little bit diversified. UST is great because it's decentralized and your holdings can't be affected by any central company. Not even Terra can touch your UST. This is not the case, obviously, with the other two big ones, which are USDT, Tether, and USDC. Now, these are obviously controlled by centralized entities. They have, in the past, cut off people's access to them, frozen people's holdings for a variety of reasons. But I think if you are holding stablecoins, it's a really, really good idea to try and hold them diversified. Don't hold everything in one particular stablecoin. Keep it distributed, and obviously it goes without saying, don't hold it all in one place. Certainly not if you're holding it on an exchange. Make sure that your holdings are spread out. Therefore, in the unlikely event that anything does go wrong, especially with centralized exchanges now, where they're where their security has gotten a lot better over the years. But yeah, you really want to be careful just how distributed your portfolio is. Make sure you've got some good distribution going on there. And something else that I wanted to talk about in terms of the situation that we're seeing now, and I know that a lot of people want to buy the dip, want to try and time the market. Timing the market is one of the hardest things to do, and very few people ever get it right, even professional traders. It's really, really difficult. So if you're not familiar with the concept of dollar cost averaging, or DCAing as we call it, it's a really, really good idea. So basically what this involves is that you buy a set amount of whatever crypto it is each week or on a regular basis, regardless of what the market is doing. And this, in the long term, can work out really, really well. It allows you to allocate a certain amount of money, that's entirely in your control. And it allows you just to slowly accumulate crypto. And it's a really great way of doing it. You can do it for other investment assets as well. But yeah, so rather than try and buy the bottom, rather than try and buy the dip, if you try dollar cost averaging, just buying a certain amount at a certain time regularly, that can make a huge difference in the long term. It's massively underrated, and a lot of people, a lot of professionals in the space, myself and many others included, we all do dollar cost averaging. It's a really, really good way of investing, and it means that you can not worry quite so much about what the market is doing. It does save you a lot of stress and worry. So yeah, dollar cost averaging, folks, today's top tip. What else are we looking at today? So, should we? What are people saying?
I had a few questions about NFTs, like holding NFTs, because obviously, I know like the cryptocurrency markets have been down, but NFT and the metaverse, all that kind of space, GameFi, doesn't seem to be descending.
No, it's holding.
Yeah.
It's holding a lot better, a lot stronger. Yeah, which is I mean. The NFT mania, I think, obviously we can't, this level of NFT and GameFi mania can't be sustained forever. But it has been interesting to watch it kind of ride out these current market conditions. A lot of people are arguing that it's kind of it's a separate range of assets, NFTs.
It is. It's completely separate. Although they work in obviously the same space, I think the NFT space is just a whole different level. I mean, I was trying to explain to my mum the other week actually what an NFT was, and
wow,
don't even go there. Don't even go there. It's not even worth it.
I had an NFT related conversation with my dad a while ago, and although I should reveal a big reveal.
Yes.
My dad has bought Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. He called me up a couple of weeks ago actually. Just before it all dipped, obviously. And he said, Guy, I think it's time. I want to buy some Bitcoin. So rather than, I said, look, I'll come around, I'll set you up I'll set you up an exchange account, I'll set you up a wallet, all this sort of stuff. No, he insisted on sending the money to me.
That's exactly what my parents did.
To invest for him.
And then they can blame you and everything goes wrong.
Yeah, and now I get weekly calls. Guy, how's my Bitcoin going? I've heard it's down. It's like, yes, Dad, I'm afraid it is. It is down quite a lot.
My dad's the same. Every time he's like, how's the cryptocurrency going? And I'm like, I'm just hodling. Yeah, it's good. Anyway, how are you?
I did wonder, perhaps this is something I should have said at the time, but I did wonder when my dad phoned me up talking about investing in Bitcoin for the first time. I did think to myself, is this the top? Does this mean the top is in?
Now look what's
happened. So, Dad, if you're in the unlikely event that you're watching, because he doesn't know what TikTok is.
Yeah.
In the unlikely event that you're watching, Dad, this is your fault. This is on you, Dad.
We've got people asking. We're actually we're going to do TikTok about Quant.
Quant, yeah. Loads of people interested in Quant.
Yeah.
I've just been looking into Quant today, actually. So I'm going to put a TikTok out in the next couple of days about Quant Network. Obviously, the interoperability play, I've talked about Cosmos a whole load. Obviously, we recently covered Chainlink, which is another interoperability crypto. So, it's about time I had a proper look at Quant, because we did do a YouTube video on it ages ago. It's one of those really bad early ones where I look a bit weird. as opposed to now. So yes, quant video coming any day now, and I'll give you my thoughts on that. It's really interesting. Looking at it again, because what quant's done is, rather than develop a blockchain of its own, it's developed an operating system that kind of sits on top and interacts with all other blockchains.
I actually researched it myself around Christmas time, just because on TikTok we had so many comments about quant, and I was like, I'm gonna have to look into this now. So I did look into it, and actually there's some good developments on it, especially like you said, interoperability. I know that we mentioned Cosmos quite a lot, so
I've got a Cosmos update coming on YouTube as well, actually, because I do love that project.
We talk a lot about Cosmos, and I was like,
we should stop talking about Cosmos.
Maybe it's time to look into this other thing, but it seems pretty decent, to be honest.
Yeah, quant network video coming your way on TikTok very soon, guys.
Yep.
Let's have a look. So another video that I've been working on this week. I decided to look back, especially after everything that's happened over the last couple of weeks, the market going down. I decided to look back to crypto winter, which was 2018, because I've had so many people asking, are we in a bear market? Is everything over? Is this crypto winter? So I thought I'd look back to the last crypto winter, which sort of kicked in early 2018.
Yep.
Which was obviously a really tough time. And you know what? I thought I'm just going to compare them side by side. I'm going to look at all the different aspects of the markets then and the markets now. And I have to say, it really amazes me just how different everything was then.
Different
in just every sense. I mean, different for one thing. I mean, back then, most of the money, like 95% of the money, was retail.
Yep.
So people like us.
Yep.
We'd obviously come off the back of the ICO boom, which had seen some amazing projects launched, but obviously plenty of really crap projects, which then sank without a trace.
Yep.
So we had tons of retail money sloshing around, and obviously now that's completely different. It's much more institutional.
Big institutions at the moment. So I mean that could also be why it's affecting the markets as well.
Yeah.
When there's a bigger lump sum of whales, and they pull money, it's going to affect the markets way more than just me or you taking out a bit of our.
Absolutely. Basically, whatever we do in the crypto markets, folks, whatever, whether we buy, sell, or whatever, doesn't make any overall difference to the markets themselves, unless you're a whale holding, thousands of BTC or anything like that. Then anything you do is not going to affect the markets. And again, I think that's another really good reason that at times like this, if your portfolio is getting you down, if the markets are getting you down, just walk away for a few days, because. It doesn't matter in the long term, and it's really important to think long term. And I just want to pick up. I pulled up a few figures just about some of the money that some of these big investment vehicles have raised. So FTX, the FTX exchange, has just raised another $400 million that it's going to invest into various crypto projects. A16Z, which is Andreessen Horowitz, big crypto VC, has raised $4.5 billion, which
damn.
is going... Damn.
Damn.
Yeah, you said it. You
could just airdrop that right into my palm. Thanking you.
Send $1 billion out this way, and that'd be great.
Yeah, that'd make it very happy for IA for sure.
That's 4.5 billion going into crypto over the coming weeks, months, and years from Andreessen Horowitz. And then we've got Fireblocks, the big crypto custodian. It's raised $550 million as well for investment into crypto. So folks, that's something to bear in mind at the moment when prices are down as they are. The investment from the big guys is not stopping. In fact, it's speeding up. There is so much money going into this sector. So we are still really early on. So do take that to heart, because it can get you through difficult times like this. Someone asking how high I think BTC and ETH can go. Well, let me first of all give you another figure. So ARK Invest, this is another big crypto VC. They put out a prediction recently. They were predicting for Bitcoin a market cap of 28. This is by 2030, I should say. A market cap of $28.5 trillion. which would give a BTC price of 1.36 million.
Yay!
Now, that would be nice, wouldn't it? I think we could all get on board by that. That would make 2030 a good year. I can wait.
Yeah.
I can wait for that.
Yeah,
I can wait. That's a very optimistic prediction.
I wish I had this kind of optimism. I wish I was this optimistic about things.
But bear in mind, this isn't just someone on YouTube or TikTok making this prediction. This is ARK Invest. These guys do a lot of research. They have a lot of money. They have a lot of resources. So they're predicting a Bitcoin price of 1.36 million by 2030. So don't break out the champagne just yet.
So buy more Bitcoin.
Buy more Bitcoin.
Basically.
Do you want to know what they're predicting for ETH?
Yes.
Yes, $20 trillion market cap, which would give an ETH price of around $170,000.
And that's why I'm an ETH maxi. And that's why I'm hodling my ETH until 2030.
Hodl till 2030, folks. I say it all the time.
I mean, these are all predictions. Who's to know? But to be honest, 2013, in the great scheme of things, is a long time away, and the amount of big investors that are aping into the market, I mean, things could be, things are possible, and like you say all the time, we're still at the very start. Like, this is still so new.
Bitcoin's only just turned 13, yeah.
Yeah, it's still a baby, so it's like, well, teenager.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything's still so new, so things can grow very quickly, and I think... And the way that the markets go, because they are very volatile, I can't see why they can't go up a lot in price.
Yeah.
Which has happened before. It goes up, it goes down, it dips,
Absolutely.
It's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say.
Someone were asking where we bought this ETH picture. We got that on Etsy.
Yeah,
I can't remember the name of the store.
We get a lot of our office artwork from Etsy.
Yeah, Etsy or what's the other one? Redbubble.
Yes.
There's a lot on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we
plan to decorate the whole office, every single inch of the wall with posters.
Yeah.
With crypto posters. I also want to get, so this was my plan. I was gonna get a gold frame picture of Guy, but drawn up like like someone from the Renaissance.
Right.
Like those really old school pictures where there's like a king like sat on a cloud like with a robe on. Yeah.
Oh my word.
But in a massive giant gold frame.
Is that something you'd like to see, guys?
What do you think?
Yeah.
I think you'd like to see that.
I think I would. Yeah, I do quite like that idea. Speaking of the office, speaking of Coinbera HQ here, I just want to give you guys a quick... I know this is mostly why you've tuned in today. I just want to give you a quick update on Coinbera staff diets. And how they're going. You might remember, if you tuned in last week, you'll have been devastated to hear that Johnny, one of our sort of newest hires here, was stuck at home with a bad stomach after having binged on chicken nuggets. I can exclusively reveal that he's much better. He's been back in the office all week. He's been full of beans, and he's back on the nuggets.
Yeah, that's why. He's that addicted to chicken nuggets. Guys, stay away from the golden arches.
I think actually what he was doing, he was bringing in his own food for a bit, some sort of home-cooked pasta, which looked kind of vaguely healthy. And I think that may have actually interfered with his stomach quite badly. So you'll be relieved to hear that Johnny is back on the nuggets, he's back on the caffeine, and he's doing better than ever.
Yep.
So that's Johnny. My dietary things, I gave up sugar. I gave up sweets for my New Year's resolution.
Did you?
And I haven't touched a single one.
And that's why you've been an absolute tyrant to beer. I'm joking.
That's why I've been even worse than normal. And Macy, what's your diet update, Macy?
I am gym obsessed right now. I mean, I've been going for a week, but that's...
Macy's been telling us about her high intensity impact training. Is
yeah,
that right?
I've been doing HIIT training every day, so watch this space.
Who's the YouTuber you follow?
Chloe Ting.
Chloe Ting.
Who's insane. She's so cute. But
so if you want a good workout,
if you want to feel like you're about to die and your lungs about to explode in your chest, then that's the one for you, I guess. I don't know.
Thoughts on ANKR? We put out a video here on TikTok about ANKR just last week. Was it last Saturday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Really?
So if you go onto our page, it'll be a few videos down, but you can see it. I've titled it, so feel free to have a look. You go into a lot more detail about the project, and there was loads of things Did you say that changed on ANKR?
Yeah, I was really surprised because I hadn't really looked at ANKR for quite a while. And I remember when it was, the last time I kind of checked in with it, it was all about decentralized cloud storage. It was basically setting itself up as a big rival, as a decentralized rival to the likes of Amazon Web Services and I think Microsoft. Is it Microsoft Azure? Their Azure, their cloud computing arm. So ANKR was setting itself up as that, but it's kind of it's moved away from that. I couldn't really tell whether they were still sort of involved with that or not, but they're now much more about basically offering staking services to people. So if you want to, and also running a node. So if you want to run a node on a cryptocurrency blockchain, a lot of the time that can take a fair bit of knowledge and also a bit of hardware as well. So ANKR actually lets you do that. It does the hard work for you. You pay them a small fee, and it also helps you stake on a number of crypto blockchains as well. I mean, staking is not the most difficult thing to do. I mean, there are lots of places you can stake, which is kind of why I think maybe ANKR hasn't quite taken off as much as, because it's a really promising project, I think. But I think the fact that you can stake in a lot of other places may have kind of dented that.
Kind of sways people's. I guess it doesn't give you the incentive to move over. I don't know.
Possibly. Anyhow, I did really enjoy looking at ANKR, and I do think it's a very interesting project, and I think it's got a lot of potential. But obviously, it's taken a bit of a beating along with everything else. But yeah, a worthwhile project. But do check out my video from a few days ago here on TikTok about it. I can't remember the last time I YouTubed about it. This is one of the difficult things. Like when we started out, I used to love just sort of scrolling down and scrolling through CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and just sort of doing these deep dives into these smaller projects. And it's so difficult to do now because I'm so taken up with kind of a lot of the macro stuff that's obviously affecting the markets at the moment, keeping up to date with all the big projects.
You're doing more videos as well than when you first started.
Yeah,
so
I do kind of miss being able to do those sort of deep dives into smaller cryptos. But
it's also quite hard as well because I actually do that a lot for the TikTok, and there's so many. There's so many, and there's like new things coming out all the time, so it's hard to even keep up to new projects.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the projects at the moment are quite similar, but then same thing, it's like which one do you invest in, or why is one better than the other? And I guess we'll have to do some more deep diving to figure that out for you guys. Yeah,
we're gonna do more of those deep dives into smaller cryptos here on TikTok. I think because it's much easier. It's much easier to put that sort of stuff out there.
DeFi Kingdoms, yes.
Yeah.
We have heard of DeFi Kingdoms because I did a TikTok about GameFi a couple of weeks ago actually. So like the top 5. Apparently, DeFi Kingdoms is in the top 5 of play-to-earn games within the space. So yeah, I guess that's positive. But yeah, we've got a video on it on TikTok. So if you want to take a deeper dive into it, then I go into a bit more detail. But yeah, apparently it's a really good play-to-earn game. So
Macy likes it.
So yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah. Okay, what else was I going to talk about today? I wanted to draw people's attention to a few bits of good news. Obviously, there's plenty of bad news about it at the moment, but there are some bits of good news out there in the cryptoverse as well. Something I spotted today, for those of you in Europe, Binance is going to reopen Euro fiat deposits. Now, as you'll know, these have been cut off, I think, since September.
And not the UK though, no?
Not the UK yet, but I do know that they are working pretty hard on that.
Okay.
So with luck, us in the UK should also be able to deposit fiat on Binance very soon. But yeah, the news that Binance, you're going to be able to deposit euros on Binance again.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, which is great if you're wanting to buy those altcoins, because obviously Binance has one of the best ranges of altcoins out there. So that's a bit of good news. I also noticed someone pointed out to me that throughout everything that's been going on the past couple of weeks, Tesla, which holds a lot of Bitcoin, hasn't sold a penny. Now I think this is really interesting because Tesla's obviously, Elon Musk is now going on about you're going to be able to use Doge to buy. I think it's just Tesla merchandise. I don't think you can actually buy. I did
a video on it. You can. So he's accepting Doge to buy Tesla merch, and then the only thing is that if you do buy merch with Doge, you can't refund. So you can't get a refund basically. So that's all I gathered. There's no cars being sold, just Tesla merch.
Okay.
But he seems to be a fan of Doge as well. I mean, he goes back and forth sometimes.
There's a really interesting one of the podcasts I listen to quite regularly is the Lex Friedman podcast. If you haven't checked that goes. That's not an exclusively crypto one. That's
is that the one that you sent me about
with Elon Musk?
Yeah, I think so. And it had a lot of it had AI mentioned in it. Yeah. He is really good actually.
Lex Friedman, spelt Friedman, is a really great podcast. It goes pretty deep into various sort of avenues of science, but he does occasionally talk crypto with crypto people. He's interviewed the likes of Vitalik and others. But yeah, he recently spoke to Elon Musk, and it's a really interesting conversation. I mean, they get pretty deep into
Was that the one where he was talking about AI?
Yeah.
Elon Musk, and he was like basically warning everybody that the destruction of mankind was based upon AI and we should be really worried. I saw something which
I think he
terrified me.
Yeah, I think he likes to wind people up, Elon. In fact, I know Elon Musk likes to wind people up.
He does. He's got everyone he's like puppeteer, like just playing with everybody sometimes.
He's a strange guy. Like in this interview, he was like, Lex would ask him a question and then there'd be a silence for an uncomfortably long time, like several seconds.
Oh, God.
And then he'd start speaking. It was weird. Maybe I should have watched the YouTube. I listened to it on podcast. I should have watched the YouTube. Maybe it was just, I don't know. But, I shouldn't speculate. Should I?
Smoking some crazy stuff before. I mean, with the stuff they talk about on that podcast, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I did listen to the one that you sent me, and it was about all sorts of. I won't get into it, but a lot of alien talk.
Yeah.
A lot, and I was like, listening to it, like, what the hell is going on? I need to stop listening to this podcast.
Yeah. Probably was a good joint. Yeah, probably was a very good joint. What else did I want to talk about today as well? Oh yeah, someone mentioned a possible white swan event to me. So we've had, there's all this talk about black swans. Obviously, COVID was the big black swan.
Give me some good news.
Well, someone pointed out that obviously one of the things, now obviously we've been worrying a lot about interest rate rises, stock market crashes, and obviously things like war with Russia and these sorts of things. These are all pretty bad news. But that has at least shifted something off the headlines, certainly here in the UK a bit, which is COVID. Now, I don't want to get too optimistic here because obviously a new variant could come along and screw everything up. But someone did point out to me that if the World Health Organization were to downgrade us from pandemic status to endemic status, which could happen if cases continue to drop, that could be really, really good news for markets across the world. Because remember, the last crash that we saw back in March 2020, that was basically triggered by the World Health Organization coming out and announcing that we were officially in a pandemic.
Well, it freaks people out.
Yeah.
It's fudge, so it's like, of course.
Yeah, it causes all sorts of people to act in all sorts of irrational ways. Yeah. So I think that's a possible white swan. I mean, I'm not going to say that that's definitely going to happen soon, but it could be something to watch out for.
Manifesting it.
Manifest it. In fact, can you all just manifest that? Can you all just manifest the World Health Organization downgrading us from pandemic status?
And the crypto markets going to the moon. Thanks. We'll all do it. We'll all join in at the same time, okay?
Yeah. So that's some possible good news that we're going to talk. That I wanted to mention amongst all the bad news and stuff.
At least there's some kind of some positive news.
Oh yeah.
I feel like there's been so much negativity from literally the start of 2022, and I was so optimistic that after the last 2 years.
Yeah.
2022, I was like, 2022 is going to be the year. No. January, not so much. But I think if that does happen and they do change the status, people will chill, everyone will feel more chill. And then it's just about building, I guess, back to some normality.
Yeah. Well, of course, I think if that was to happen, if we were to get downgraded from pandemic to endemic status, that could see the Fed maybe kind of hold back on their taper a little bit, because there would be an expectation that the supply chain problems that we're seeing now that are plaguing the global economy, and again are a big reason why we've seen these depressed prices in crypto and elsewhere. If we were downgraded from pandemic status, that supply chain issue could start to resolve itself, which would be, again, like rocket fuel for global markets. So that would be good. I saw someone in the comments saying, "I want to travel. I want to travel." Yeah,
I want to travel.
I want to travel.
Dream to travel.
Where would you go if everything opened up tomorrow? If we could all go wherever we wanted, where would we go?
I'd quite like to go somewhere exotic, maybe Costa Rica. I don't know, somewhere we could go scuba diving. I love to scuba dive, so maybe somewhere like, I don't know.
Laura likes to scuba dive. Okay.
Anywhere.
Office scuba diving trip.
Yeah.
Clara, are you into scuba diving?
There we go.
Clara from Malaga. We're all going to go to Malaga and we're going to go scuba diving.
Macy should have a Mystic Macy segment.
Oh.
100%.
So if you wind Macy up and let her go off on astrology, then she will tell you. We put a video out on TikTok yesterday. Macy basically using astrology to predict the markets.
I was surprised.
I mean, part of me really hopes it comes true, because obviously that would be great for the markets. But another part of me dearly hopes that it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because then I'll have to listen to Macy talk about astrology.
I really hope it does.
The rest of my life, and so will you.
Yeah.
And so will you. So.
Yeah, but at least I'll be giving predictions. At least it'll be something.
Maldive Islands. Someone's saying, yes, I'd love to go to the Maldives. I'd love to go to the Seychelles as well.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Maldives. I'd like to go to Bahamas, Pig Beach.
Pig Beach in the Bahamas?
There's a beach in the Bahamas which just has pigs on it, okay? And I want to be there with the pigs. That's it. That's it. Happy.
I thought you had enough of that sort of stuff in the office, but
surrounded
by pigs.
Farm animals. Oh my god.
Yeah, it would be great if we could all just get out and travel a bit more.
I know.
I'm hoping to be able to go to Bitcoin Miami.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. We're talking about it.
Are we allowed? Did they open up travel to the US?
We're looking into it at the moment. I think we can travel there at the moment. Perhaps any of you over there? What's the status of getting into the US at the moment? Obviously, you need a visa and all that sort of stuff. But,
that would be amazing though if you could go there.
I'd love to go to Bitcoin Miami.
And obviously, you need somebody there with you just for content purposes.
Yeah.
Camera woman. I don't know.
I mean, who would go? I don't know. I literally can't think of anyone. It's terrible. We'll have to cancel the trip then.
God.
So I guess that would be my ideal. If we can all travel freely, I'd like to go to Miami.
Yeah.
When Bitcoin 2022 is happening.
And that would be.
And lark around on a yacht.
Oh, God.
Like they all do, like the Bitcoin maxis do.
Dreaming.
Yeah.
You can easily get into the US.
Okay. USA, easy. Wonderful. Where are you based? We are based in London, in central London, UK. Mm-hmm. But we've been looking out of the window all week. Basically, London is currently experiencing classic British weather, which means it's grey and overcast and horrible. So we've been talking, sort of spitballing the idea of moving. Just kind of dreaming, really.
Just to Portugal,
We'd
maybe.
like to, I
don't know.
We're thinking maybe move to Portugal. I don't know what people think about that. Where else would be nice? Where would you recommend?
Same here in Ireland. Somebody said.
Yeah.
It's
a beautiful place, but struggles with the same awful weather we do.
I know. But maybe one day, maybe we can be in Portugal, and for content purposes, and just to spread crypto around.
Yeah.
We could maybe even do Coin Bureau Portugal as well. We've got the Spanish channel. We've got the Japanese channel.
Yeah. Someone just saying move to Greece. I like that. I've been to Greece many times.
I've never been.
Never had a bad time. You've never been to Greece?
I've never been to Greece.
Wow.
I would like to. I see pictures. But...
If any Greeks out there would like to host Macy for a holiday, I'm sure you'd like that.
I don't know.
Maybe not. So let's talk about some of the other things that I noticed. Someone was asking in the comments about the possible White House executive order around crypto.
Joe Biden. I've seen so much stuff about this. Yeah.
So Joe Biden, I think it's fair to say, does not like crypto.
No.
And quite a few Democrats, especially the more progressive Democrats, don't seem to be all that fond of crypto either. Although having said that, I have seen a lot of sort of cross-party support in the US for crypto. So it's not entirely fair to say Democrats anti-crypto, Republicans pro-crypto.
Okay.
There's crossover there. But yeah, Joe Biden, I don't think he certainly seems to be suspicious of crypto. So he is apparently viewing it as a national security risk, and I think this has to do with the fact that it makes crypto makes it, it's kind of easier to move money offshore. So if you want to convert all your dollars into Bitcoin and then send that Bitcoin to another country, then that's obviously pretty easy. And governments, as you can imagine, don't like that sort of thing. So hence why I think Biden and the White House are looking at crypto as a possible national security issue at the moment.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a security issue. I'd call it that they want
to keep
people's
the
money.
Yeah. Well,
they're making it sound like something so bad.
I mean, they're a government, aren't they? They want people's money. They don't want you taking money out of the country.
No.
So yeah, what we're going to see basically is apparently an executive order from the White House in the coming. Well, it could be weeks or days or weeks, but most probably weeks, which is going to be related to crypto. Now,
Didn't
no
they
idea
just pass the other bill last year?
The infrastructure bill.
Yeah.
So that's gone through,
So
but that's still being talked about. An executive order, it's kind of up in the air about how much weight an executive order would have, and we don't know what exactly it's going to talk about crypto related. But we are going to have a crypto related executive order from the White House in the next few weeks, probably.
Do you think that could affect?
I think it's probably affecting the markets a little bit as we speak, because again, it's causing uncertainty. We don't know what it's going to say. We can be probably fairly sure it's not going to be great for crypto, but we just don't know really. So I think there's a lot of uncertainty around that Biden executive order. And look, this stuff about regulation from US authorities and authorities across the rest of the world, this is going to be a theme of 2022. It's something we had to put up with for a lot of 2021, and we're going to be stuck with it for the rest of this year and probably into the future as well.
Yep.
Because governments just are trying to get their heads around crypto. They're trying to figure out ways to regulate it.
Trying to figure out ways to take taxes.
Take some money out of your pocket and put it into theirs.
Definitely.
So we're going to see a lot of regulatory FUD in the coming months and years. It's just a part of life, really. But I think the crypto markets are kind of learning to take this in their stride a little bit. But still, we've got that uncertainty hovering over us because of the Biden executive order.
I guess the bigger cryptocurrency gets and the more institutions are coming along and the more mainstream it gets, you kind of, I don't know, you're going to expect these kind of things, I guess.
Yeah.
And they do have to regulate it somehow.
Yeah.
I just wish they wouldn't scare everybody, and I wish they'd just be like, yeah, it's cool, do whatever you want. We're not going to tax you. Like, you guys keep your earnings.
Well, fortunately, another reason to be positive about the future of crypto is that there's a growing blockchain lobby in Washington. So lots of pro-crypto politicians who are realizing just how amazing the technology is, and realizing as well just how much people love it. And politicians, they're realists. So if they see that the people love something, then they're going to jump on board as well, because they want to get re-elected.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, I'm not going to question the politicians' motives here. I think any pro-crypto politicians are going to be on the right side of history. So, don't get left behind, folks.
Yeah.
But we've got goings on in American politics, unfortunately, just are a part of life in crypto. We've also got there's a new bill being put forward. I think it's called something like the Compete with China bill, or something like this. Now, this bill is 4,000 pages long. A 4,000-page long bill, which means that
Are you doing a video on it?
Funnily enough, no.
I was going to say, otherwise I feel so bad for you.
I really hope I don't have to do it. I may have to get some help doing a video on that. Oh God.
Dish out like 20,000 pages.
Yeah, it's like you do 500 pages, you do 500 pages.
So what's this all about?
So this is a bill, the America Competes with China bill, or something similar, a 4,000-page long bill. But as these lawmakers tend to do, as these politicians like to do, they've managed to slip a crypto provision in there.
Oh.
Presumably on page like 3,000 and something, which no one will ever get to.
Yep.
Now, this is apparently a provision to allow the US Department of the Treasury, Janet Yellen, that's her department, to give them a lot of power over crypto and to possibly restrict crypto transactions. Now, I know this sounds bad, but again, it goes back to my earlier point. There are so many pro-crypto politicians now, and there's such a strong pro-crypto lobby in Congress, lobbying these politicians, putting the case for crypto out there, that I think sort of sneaky things like this aren't going to succeed. But nevertheless, it's still something to keep an eye on.
Okay.
But that's part of the bad news. But yeah, still plenty of good news out there. And as I say, for those of us who may have just kind of joined us and are wondering about the state of the markets, it's pretty much the same as it was last week. It's all global macro factors. There's very little, there's virtually nothing really crypto specific that's weighing on the markets at the moment. It's all global uncertainty,
it's a knock-on effect. From everything.
Worry about rising interest rates from the Federal Reserve, the fact that the stock market and especially tech stocks are down. That's having an effect on the crypto market as well. Tech stocks, as in, I think
Mercury in retrograde.
Oh,
Things go wrong with tech. Just saying.
And of course, the big news, you heard it here first, folks. Mercury is in retrograde, which is probably a big reason of why we're seeing crypto
That's
dipping
one of the
right
main
now.
reasons, though. What happens when Mercury's in retrograde? Things go wrong for tech like tech, emails, computing systems. Trust me. Google it.
Google it, folks.
Google it, folks.
Google it, folks.
I'm just providing the knowledge. I'm just giving you the facts. I don't know. I don't know.
There we are. So worry about that. Obviously, we've still got worries around what Russia's up to as well. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, if Russia starts a war, that's going to be surely the rest of the world is just going to be like, Russia, what the hell?
I mean, after everything that's
doing?
I feel like we just need a break.
Yeah.
Like I said, I thought 2022 we'd go into it and everything would start kind of getting back to normal. I just feel like every year recently, since like 2016 onwards, it's like something goes
bad keeps happening.
Yeah.
I was hoping that obviously as the pandemic kind of wound down, as hopefully we saw cases drop. 2022 would be a much better year, obviously, than the previous two, which isn't really difficult.
And then income
then comes Vladimir Putin and goes and parks all his tanks.
I know.
Opposite Ukraine. Vladimir, just stop it.
Just give us all a break.
Come on, no one wants a war.
Let us have a nice chilled year.
No one wants a war. Obviously concerns around war in Ukraine, what could happen, what form that might take, are weighing on the markets as well, causing uncertainty. And there's been a lot of talk in the past couple of days about what sort of sanctions could be imposed on Russia if it does invade Ukraine. Now, the Russian economy is already really sanctioned.
Okay.
Kind of going back to 2014 and when they annexed Crimea. But there are still more sanctions that could be imposed on Russia and regime figures as well. And one of these would be to lock Russia out of the SWIFT banking system. And I think again, there's a lot of uncertainty in the markets about if this happens, what kind of effect could that have?
Yeah.
Now, some people would say that Russia has been trying to wean itself off dollar dependence kind of ever since 2014 and further back than that. But others would argue that, if Russia was to be locked out of the SWIFT banking system as a punishment for invading Ukraine, then that could have a knock-on effect on markets as well. So that, again, could be something that's kind of weighing on the markets and causing a bit of uncertainty.
Okay.
Someone's saying it'll increase crypto adoption. Yeah, it could well do. And last week we were talking about Russia was making noises about banning crypto. Was it banning crypto transactions or crypto mining or both?
Mining.
Yeah,
mining.
As we pointed out, Russia just doesn't really know what it's talking about when it comes to crypto. The government there hasn't really got their head around it. So I don't think any sort of Russian government moves against crypto would. It's not something that keeps me up at night.
Okay.
And of course, again, that's something that's really changed since the last time since 2018, when we had this crypto winter that people keep talking about. Back then, one of the biggest players internationally, if not the biggest player in crypto, was China, because most of the Bitcoin mining hash rate was coming out of China at that time. And the CCP was making all sorts of anti-crypto noises. And this really helped drag the markets down and take us into crypto winter as well. And now China has completely shot itself in the foot, because having commanded a really sizable percentage of the global hash rate just a few months ago, ever since it recently banned mining, that percentage has fallen to absolutely zero. So China has basically lost an entire industry, entire crypto mining industry.
Learn more about it.
They could have just done their research. They could have just subscribed to the Coin Bureau and learned about crypto and learned just how valuable it is and how it's changing the world, and how all they need to do is switch to mining it with renewable energy. And they would have been able to keep hold of so much of that mining infrastructure, which they've now lost. Some of that went to Kazakhstan, which didn't go too well when Kazakhstan shut its internet down a few weeks ago because of the protests. Apparently, that is Kazakhstani miners are back online. You'll be relieved to hear. But basically, the main recipient of China banning crypto and basically ruling itself out of all that revenue has been the good old USA. Loads of crypto miners have up sticks, moved to America, and
so they're also losing out money from just people being there, basically.
Yeah. So America is getting this influx of the crypto industry, influx of the crypto mining industry, which is helping to bootstrap a lot of renewable energy projects. Because obviously, as we know, crypto mining does use a lot of energy, but it's much more efficient if it uses renewables, and this is what most Bitcoin miners are trying to do now, especially in North America. So the USA has gained that, and it's also bringing jobs especially to states in America that are particularly crypto friendly, and I'm thinking mainly Texas there, and also Wyoming are two of the most crypto friendly states in America.
Someone's
Good luck
asking,
to them.
why did China ban?
Why did China ban? That's a good question. China basically doesn't like crypto for the reason that it wants to launch its own central bank digital currency, the digital yuan. And what this is going to do is give the Chinese central bank, and hence the Chinese government, much more surveillance over its population. It's going to be able to see basically what Chinese citizens are spending their money on, how much money they've got. It's basically a horrible idea, but they're putting that into practice at the moment. And so the last thing that China wants is a decentralized, immutable currency like Bitcoin or many of the other cryptos to challenge its horrible, basically central bank shitcoin. Is the short answer. So, China. That is why China has banned crypto and lost out to America's benefit and other places as well. Someone saying Putin is not banning mining. Okay. I think it must have been transactions that he was talking about. So Putin perhaps understands. And I mean, Russia would be quite a good place to mine crypto, let's face it, because they've got lots of natural resources there. If they can get some renewable energy crypto mining plants up and running. And obviously, I think I'm reliably informed that parts of Russia get really, really cold. And obviously that's great for crypto mining, because crypto mining rigs produce lots and lots of heat, and a lot of the expense from crypto mining is in cooling those rigs down. So if you put them somewhere really damn cold like Russia, it's a no-brainer.
Works perfectly.
So listen, Vladimir Putin, stop worrying about invading Ukraine, stop throwing all your tanks about, get some crypto miners set up, renewable energy, hydropower, whatever, and start mining crypto, and just calm down. Okay, that's my message to Vladimir Putin.
Someone keeps asking about Ethereum. I've heard people asking if the 2.0 upgrade
2.0 upgrade,
might be pushed back because of everything that's happening.
Well, I don't see any reason why it would be pushed back because of what we're seeing at the moment in the markets. As I said before, there's so much investment, there's so much happening in the crypto space at the moment that really these big projects don't worry about market cap. They don't worry about what the price is doing. They're building for the future. They are firmly focused on what comes next. So price is really, I think, irrelevant. And if you ever see or listen to an interview with Vitalik, for instance, he's got no interest in price as far as I can see. He'll he'll mention it if someone mentions it to him. But really, what Ethereum is doing is charging ahead with ETH 2.0. Although they're now saying it's not called ETH 2.0 anymore. It's the consensus layer, I think it is. Anyhow, it's still ETH 2.0. I don't see any reason at the moment why ETH 2.0 will be delayed. Obviously, they're being really, really careful, really, really painstaking with how they roll it out. That's only natural. But at the moment, yeah, I haven't heard any reasons why that rollout would be delayed. What else have we got? How are we doing on take out your nukes from the Russian frontier and problem is solved?
God.
Okay. Well, let's not dive into that. When should I invest in Bitcoin? Someone is saying. I was talking earlier about dollar cost averaging. If you're worried, if you can't figure out how to time the markets or anything, I mean, timing the markets is impossible. So sometimes the best thing to do is just allocate a certain amount of money, whatever you can afford. Let's say, for instance, every month, because most people get paid on a monthly basis. So you could say, I'm going to put in maybe $50 or $100 every month on the same date. I'm going to put that into crypto. Whatever crypto that is entirely up to you folks. But that way, you buy the same amount, the same dollar amount or the same fiat amount at the same time every month. And basically, what that means is you can forget about worrying about the price. And this is what loads and loads of crypto investors do, and not just crypto investors as well, but stock investors, anyone investing in any asset market. Dollar cost averaging is a great way to just take some of the stress out of investing. It just means that you accumulate slowly and steadily. And if you find that you have a little bit of extra money left over at the end of the month, you can always increase your allocation. You can always decrease it as necessary. But it's a really good way of investing, and it means that you don't have to look at the charts, try and get in at the lowest possible point. You just know that you're going to make that buy on, let's say, the first of every month, for example. So yeah, that's what I tell a lot of people who are unsure about investing or about when to invest. Just dollar cost average, a little bit every month, regular as clockwork, and you'll be surprised how quickly it builds up, and it's much less stressful as well.
And we've got someone asking about the Coin Bureau conference. On a lighter note, we are in progress with the conference. So
you've been hitting that phone all week, haven't you?
Oh my gosh, yes. That's why I feel like January's been such a long month. I haven't stopped, but I mean, it's all worth it. I'm super excited. It's looking to be a really cool event. We've got some good people who are going to be sponsoring booths there. There's good projects there. We've got live talks, fireside chats. We've got other guest speakers from other YouTube channels. Obviously, the main guy himself.
Who's that?
Me, obviously. But yeah, we have obviously a lot of you guys always want to. You're always asking if you can meet up with Guy, and there's just not enough time to go and meet everyone personally. Yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to that. So the conference, the Coin Bureau Crypto Conference, is going to be in May the 7th. May the 7th.
May
yeah.
the 7th.
Yeah.
May the 7th. Mark your calendars, folks. Yeah, so I'm really, really looking forward to that. Someone else talking about Mystic Macy.
Everyone look. Do you know how many nice comments I got?
Channeling her energy.
For the 3 horrendously misogynistic, horrible comments I got like 20 really nice ones. So appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna separate myself and do my own Mystic Macy section somewhere else.
Okay.
Because I don't want it to conflict.
Are you going to start your own YouTube channel, or are you just going to do it on?
I don't know.
You're just going to do it here on TikTok.
Maybe both.
I mean, we're all going to be dancing to Macy's tune.
I do have a few different predictions. I told you this morning.
Yeah. February the 3rd is a big day. Is that right?
And but also I'm not going to talk about it for too long. But when Mercury comes out of retrograde, there's a pre-shadow period. So before and after, there's a 2-week period, which also it's like the coming out period. So between the 3rd of Feb and the 20th, just watch those times. Yeah. Anyway, back to crypto.
Back to crypto. Just to give you an update on what's coming up on our YouTube channel in the next few days. So Sunday, I'm going to put out that video I was talking about earlier when I compare the crypto winter of 2018 with the situation that we're seeing at the moment, which is not a crypto winter, by the way.
So was 2018?
2018 was tough.
Right. Okay.
As was 2019, but 2018 was So 2017 we had this crypto went crazy, and I remember just everyone was talking about it.
Yeah.
I remember being at a wedding in Spain. One of my best friends got married.
Well, that's when I invested as well in 2017.
Yeah. Everyone was talking about crypto, and it was so exciting. And then 2018 came along, and it was really, really tough. But it's a part of being in crypto. You live through these downturns, and you get tougher as a result. But so that's what's coming out. I think I'm going to put that out on Sunday. That video comparing 2018. Really interesting to research it. Sort of take a bit of a trip down memory lane. And
I guess it'd be quite nice to watch as well. If people are panicking right now, to know that it's been worse.
Yeah.
Because like we said, this does happen. It's volatile, but to know that maybe it's actually been worse and it did recover, it just gives people peace of mind. So I will be tuning in, I think.
Excellent.
For the first...
I love you too.
No, I can't. I can't read that.
I wish I could read your handle better. So Sunday that video is coming out. I've also got just been putting together an update on Terra, which obviously issues the UST stablecoin.
We've had a few comments actually about Terra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Terra has had a really interesting last few months. It's been a few months since I last did a video on it. Quite a lot has taken place since then. So I'm going to bring you up to date with all of that in a YouTube video, which is going to hit your screens next week, I think. It's just being edited at the moment. It's an amazing project, an amazing project. And as I said earlier, UST, the decentralized stablecoin that it issues, is a great way to hold some of your crypto dry powder. And also, as I said earlier, you've got to be careful if you are holding stablecoins. It is a good idea to keep them distributed amongst various issuers because, you never quite know. There's uncertainty out there. So that's a top tip for you guys. Now we're heading into the weekend. It's Friday. Macy, have you got any plans for the weekend?
I'll be drinking a glass of large red wine, and that's about it actually. I've got quite a lot of work to do, to be honest, and I think I'm just going to relax. I think I need to recoup.
Yeah.
My brain, I feel like everything that's been going on in the markets, in the world, has kind of frazzled me. I'm just going to chill. I might get a bath and eat some toast, actually, in the bath.
Eat some toast in the bath. Not British red wine. No.
No.
Britain is wonderful in many ways. It makes great things, but I don't think it's quite mastered red wine yet.
No, it hasn't, no.
It'd be a nice Italian, won't it?
Yes.
So that's Macy's weekend. I've got quite a lot. I've got quite a lot of work to do. I've got to do some work for the podcast tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm going to be sat at my desk all tomorrow, but that's going to be fun. Doing a podcast episode. I'm going to be researching a bit more about Bitcoin.
Nice.
Which will take me back to 2018 a bit as well.
Yep.
But tonight I'm actually I'm going axe throwing.
Oh yes, okay. Well, maybe you can take some frustration out.
Yeah.
The markets on your axe throwing.
I'll put Janet Yellen's face on the and just throw axes at it.
That sounds like an amazing evening.
Or Vladimir Putin's face, throw axes at him. I'll just throw axes at pictures of people who are causing havoc in the markets at the moment. Axe throwing seems to be everywhere. I had. It's been mentioned to me at 3 different occasions.
It seems like something I would enjoy doing. So maybe after you've been, we can do a team axe throwing session.
Yeah, we'll have a Coin Bureau axe throwing session.
And we'll go live and show you guys.
Watch us throw axes. I'm not sure if that would be reassuring or not. Throw an axe or 2 at Biden. Yeah, he's earned it.
We'll just put everyone's pictures up in a line and just go for it.
Yeah. Just so many people to throw axes at, aren't
there?
What have you guys got planned for the weekend?
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, is anyone else going axe throwing? Is anyone else going axe throwing in Hackney, East London tonight? I'll see you there.
Or just clutching at your phone, just reloading the portfolio page.
Yeah. Am I still bullish on Helium HNT? Yeah, I like Helium a lot. A friend of mine is mining Helium.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Managed to get his hands on some helium mining equipment, which I think is really difficult at the moment. Helium mining equipment is really tough to get your hands on because so many people are looking to get into it.
Okay. Well, that's good
I am
news.
bullish on Helium. I must have another look at that and see what it's been up to. I covered it. Was it a couple of months ago?
Yeah,
I covered it late last year.
Because I remember I had to go get the balloons.
Oh yeah.
And yeah. But I mean, that feels like about a year ago.
Yeah.
It was in like November, so. Oh God.
Well, it's been a long week, guys. It's been a long month so far. I think you'll agree. But yeah, just to we should probably sign off fairly soon. But I want to leave you with some hopium, because yeah, I know that the markets are looking tough right now. I know that there's still a lot of uncertainty out there. But guys, look long term. Crypto is going great guns in the long term. As I said earlier, there is so much investment happening. There's so much creativity going on. There are so many cool projects developing really, really quickly. And yeah, this is a long haul game, guys. So, like I said earlier a couple of times, if your portfolio is getting you down, if you're worried about the markets, then just don't look at them for a couple of days. They will still be there on Monday. They're always there on Monday. Go out and have a great weekend. Go out and enjoy the fact that January is coming to a close.
Yay.
Which means spring is getting ever closer for those of us in the northern hemisphere.
Go have a glass of red, not English.
Go and have a glass
Italian.
of good European, or well, there's loads of different reds.
Yeah, and have a bubble bath.
Have a bubble bath.
And make some toast and eat it in the bath.
Yes, but don't make toast in the bath. Please. I want to just reiterate that. In fact, I'm going to sign off with that comment, folks. Do not make toast in the bath. You heard it here from the Coin Bureau. Keep the toaster and the bath as far apart as you possibly can. Okay? Promise me that.
And hodl on.
Promise me, and hodl on.
Okay, have a nice weekend, guys.
All the best, guys. Have
Bye.
a wonderful weekend. See you here next Friday. Same time.